Great to have you joining us this morning. Again, it's crisp and cool here in the Philadelphia area, and looking forward to a beautiful fall day. I hope you have a good day as well. So today I actually wanted to go back over a line I read yesterday from John 10, and give you a little background to this. It's really interesting to me again that Jesus talks a lot about how we're to follow him, and in following him we're to find this deeply abundant life. And we see that echoed in these words which I read yesterday. This is John 10:10 actually. I've come that they may have life and have it to the full. And a number of beautiful parts there, right? I mean, the movement of like God's here so that we can have abundant life. I mean, it's this movement out, it's this great giving, this great gifting, not a punitive view of God whatsoever. And the other part to it that's just interesting to me is kind of where I think sometimes we can lose the plot around a spiritual life. So yesterday, I get a bunch of podcasts, and I had one pop up from a very very famous podcast. No doubt some of you probably have it. I won't say which one because I don't want to sound critical or anything. And now I'm about to sound critical. This podcast said it was an interview with an author of getting rid of all your negative thoughts, and I thought, oh, spare me, spare me, spare me, spare me, spare me. We're really going to be able to get rid of all of our negative thoughts. Like, good luck with that one. Folks, life just has challenges. It just does. I mean, I have worked. There's one in particular that I was thinking of this morning. I was getting ready. That was just something someone went through that was just heartbreaking beyond words. I can't even put language to it. I certainly wouldn't share it on social media because it was so hard for the person. And I just have struggled so much with that concept that there's a possibility of a thriving out there that is without challenge, without negative thought, without negativity, without challenges in life, where everything just comes up roses all the time. I mean, maybe there are a handful of people who get to live like that in this life. I certainly haven't met them, but anything's possible. Um, and it just kind of throws us off the track of what a real thriving life is, as Jesus would put it. Because the Christian life, it all points towards Easter, right? It all points towards this deeply cataclysmic event, and this out of this class cataclysmic event comes an amazing resurrection. And I think that's much more the thriving that Jesus is talking about. It's a thriving that says, well, we may not have a perfect life, and this is real important, and we may not have a life that is without all negative thoughts and fears and worries and anxiety. We will have a full life. That idea of perfection not being what we're offered, but fullness being what we are offered. I think that's an important mental flip to take, because if we hold faith just as sort of a glib rah rah, like, come to faith and you'll never have another problem in your life, that's known as the prosperity gospel in our within Christianity, the prosperity gospel. I i just don't think that works for a lot of people, and it certainly doesn't have the depth to it that can help those of us going through challenges in life. So think about, folks, what thriving really means, and just a little sort of foreshadowing. One of my real favorite things to talk about language wise is the idea that even after Easter, the resurrection, Jesus says, rejoice. Somebody says it a number of times to people, rejoice. Well, the Greek word there actually could be translated thrive. And I love that idea that, yep, life's going to have challenges, and we get to find, even within those challenges, the very fullness of life, a very different kind of thriving. But it's a much richer, much more real, um, much better way to go. So anyhow, that's my thought for today, folks, is thinking about thriving in the right way, and trying to really come to understand the blessings of course, life has its challenges. And if we can sit back and take a breath, we get a chance to celebrate just the fullness of life and all our experiences. So with that, folks, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little meditation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ring a bell here, and we're going to listen to the bell and just let that clear your mind. Then we're going to do a little meditation, a little prayer, a little blessing, and I'll say hi to folks on my phone. If you would like to leave a comment, again, I don't check my personal Facebook page, even though this stream's on there and we stream a number of different places, but I will be offering comments off of the New Church Live Facebook page. So with that, friends, let's all get a big breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and bring you peace and bring you home. Amen. All right, friends, let's see who's been able to join us this morning. Again, you can leave a comment over on New Church Live's Facebook page, and I will give you a little shout out here. It takes a little time to load it up here. And let's see who has joined us this fine morning. Almost there, almost loaded. Let me see here. All right. There we go. Martha, good morning to you. And thank you for the garden shout out yesterday. It was beautiful. Lynn, good morning to you, my dear friend. Sherry, good morning, Thursday already. And I was thinking about you when you were talking about Riot of Color, and it's just about to change here. Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. Paige, good morning to you. Yeah, Martha, it's a beautiful idea, right? To strive to not just survive, but to thrive. And it's like thriving with all this stuff, right? That's part of our life. It's not pretending we won't have any negative thoughts. Of course we will, right? Sarah, great to see you, my friend, joining us. Carolyn, great to see you joining us this morning. One day at a time with grace and patience. I had this great definition. I probably even have said it here before, but I'll say it a bunch because I just loved it. This great definition of grace, which is grace is when for a moment we see the world as God sees it. Grace is when for a moment we see the world as God sees it. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, Linda, to really believe life is to thrive. Yeah, sometimes challenging. And again, I think Jesus is saying, like, yeah, put your arms around the whole thing, because that's what you're gonna get is the whole thing. Again, folks, if you have any other comments, please feel free to leave them. I know I obviously missed some in there that did show up on my phone, but please go ahead and leave a comment. Wishing you folks all the best. God bless. Have a great day. Have a very full day with the very fullness of life. And as Martha said there, may you not just survive, may you find a way today to thrive.